Hello, and welcome to another exciting episode of Inventor's Quick Tips. In this episode, we are going to take a look at an inventor, what they invented, and we'll go through the problem recognition phase and see the inventor's solutions. We'll wrap up with the inventor's take on the value of prototyping. So let's check out the problem. This problem pertains to kitchen operations, and in particular to prepping food, which often requires rapid cutting to prepare fruits and vegetables for salads, soups, and other dishes. People can get cut while doing this kind of work, and that poses a problem, especially for restaurants. Injuries in the workplace are never good, and in the case of a chef or a prep cook, an injury can cause a loss of money and productivity. So it's something we definitely want to avoid. Inventor R.J. Batts identified this problem, came up with the solution, built prototypes, and then went on to commercialize his invention. Let's see what he came up with. So here's one model of his device, which, as you can see, protects the fingers while allowing the user to safely cut food. Now, even though this device is a fairly simple device from a mechanical standpoint, it still required a good amount of prototyping to arrive at the final design. Note that this inventor is fairly young. He was still in high school while he was pursuing commercialization of his invention, proving that invention doesn't know any age limits. Here is a short clip of the inventor discussing the importance of prototyping. Okay, so I'm here speaking with R.J. Batts, who's the inventor of TipTough. Well, let me ask you this. How many different prototypes or revisions did you make before you centered on what the final design was?
I have to say about 11. First ever one was a 3D printed prototype.
What would you say to other inventors out there about the value of prototyping? How important is it for getting your invention ready to go?
Don't go with the first one. You might say the first one, and you might get lucky and the first one's the best one, but usually that's not the case. And just keep on trying to reinvent and refix the idea, make it better. Because my first one was a tiny plastic box that I thought I was going to 3D print all of them. Now I'm making it out of stainless steel that are manufactured in a place out of Baltimore. Prototyping is very important.
All right, well, thanks, RJ, for talking with us. Now here you see two different variations of its product. So even for something that seems simple, it still requires prototyping to figure out the best form factor. And as you heard Mr. Batts mention, how it is most efficiently manufactured. It's one thing to make something in your garage, and it's another thing to mass produce something. At this time, my understanding from talking to Mr. Batts is that his device is available in some retail outlets, online, as well as being used in numerous restaurant kitchens. I'd like to thank Mr. Batts for taking some time to talk with Inventor's Quick Tips and wish him all the best with his product. Thanks again for checking out this episode of Inventor's Quick Tips.